Rolling along here, Locked On SEC, and one of the fun parts of this time of year, we get to catch up with current players playing across the SEC, and now we head out to Norman, Oklahoma, as we catch up with Oklahoma running back Sam Franklin joining the show now. Sam, welcome in, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on the show.
Let's talk a little bit about this. What's this time of year like? It's like you kind of had the break, the football season ended, you get a little bit of time to decompress, but very quickly it's back into the weight room, it's back working out, and now here you guys are starting spring ball. So what was your off season like? Did you feel like you had an off season, or was it just back into football real quick?
No, it really felt like you're just back in football. You get done with the bowl game, spend a couple weeks with your family, and then it's back to work. So, but it's been great. The whole team, we've really been bought in and really just having a good time with each other, building that chemistry with each other. So, and I feel like we had a great winter condition uh, piece.
I would say maybe we got to put you guys in bubble wrap to make sure everybody gets back to the season healthy. Because man, take me back to last year. It felt like no college team dealt with more injuries than you guys did last year. How frustrating was that dealing with the injuries?
It was really frustrating, but at the end of the day, it's always the next man up. And you just gotta be able to fight through the injuries if you can. But if you can't, we understand. We're human at the end of the day. So, you always just gotta have that next man up mentality.
Yeah, it just feels like had y'all been able to be a little bit more healthy last year, I know y'all would have had more wins, certainly. Take me back to your early days. You grew up in Little Rock. You ended up going to college at Tennessee Martin, where you ended up being a Walter Payton Award finalist. Was Arkansas not on your radar when you were coming out of high school?
It was for a little bit, but then it just never worked out, and it just never really did, and it just UT Martin came along, and Coach Simpson, Jason Simpson, took a chance on me, and it led me all the way to here.
You were very successful there. 2023. I mean, super productive at UT Martin that year. 7 100-yard rushing games that year. 1,300 rushing yards. 11 touchdowns. What made you say at the end of that year, I want to leave and go somewhere else?
I just felt like I did everything I could do there. Win three conference championships. Even though I wanted to bring a national championship to the FCS world to them, but that didn't work out. But I just wanted to challenge myself even more. And um, I feel like I wanted to go to another bigger stage and prove it there.
So you end up going to Oklahoma, and man, it just seemed like from the get go, it was just a crowded backfield. I mean, you had Gavin Sawchuk, who came off of the year he had 2 years ago, Javante Barnes, Taylor Tatum, Xavier Robinson, yourself. But it seemed like you kind of found a little bit of a niche role for yourself, and not just getting on the field at times as a running back, but also making an impact in the return game. Was that kind of like a spot where you said, all right, this is where I can really make an impact here?
Yeah, everybody had a role on the team, and my role was just to be that guy to be a returner that year, and I just took full advantage of my role and just try to help my team win the games.
When you look back on last year, I mean, I'm sure there were a few really big highlights for you guys, but I'm sure what was the biggest one beating Alabama.
Yes, that was my first time ever seeing a stadium, just get crowded by a whole bunch of fans and everything. It was just a great feeling, just knocking off a historical team, Alabama as they are, and just be able to beat them was great.
Yeah, because it was. I mean, that week everybody's talking about, oh, Bama's back in the playoff hunt and all this kind of stuff, and so it's kind of fun to play spoiler and take a team out like that. When you look at this team, Sam, you look at this roster, it looks like you guys bring a lot of the same names back in the backfield. So I got to think this is going to be a really fun competition throughout this spring because everybody knows each other. Y'all are all teammates, but man, y'all are all fighting for the those carries.
Yeah, it's a great competition. Coach Murray, he always have us and let us know every day that you're competing for a spot, and it just make us play even better. And but it's no bad blood anywhere, anything. We understand it. At the end of the day, it's a job, and you got to go win it, and that's what we're all doing.
You mentioned Coach Murray, and of course DeMarco Murray, your position coach. I got to think that's got to be a lot of fun to play for a guy who accomplished all he did at the college and the pro level. I mean, you're getting no offense against other running backs coaches, but this guy seems to be. I mean, there's nothing he can't tell you guys on what it takes to play at this level and get to the next level.
Yeah, it's great. Just him in general, just as a person. Just besides the football, he just a great human being to be around, and it just be a great leader for us. To just look up to, and just the football side of it. He doesn't really. Like to try to change our game. He like us to be us, and that's what I really like about him. And just giving us little nuggets and stuff because he did it at the highest level and won and been the MVP of the league. So just a lot of respect for him and just whatever or everything he done for his life, for his career too.
You could have gone anywhere. Was he a big selling point on why you chose Oklahoma?
Yeah, it was really him. He just believing in me and telling me that everything, all the other coaches was just telling me that, yeah, you'll get here and you'll play. Really with him it was, you get here and you can compete and be at a and I can help you achieve everything you want to achieve. And that's what really kind of sold me because I don't want nothing to be given to me. I want to compete everything I get and earn everything that I get.
Continue our conversation with Oklahoma running back Sam Franklin. And Sam, tell me a little bit about what it's like playing for Coach Brent Venables, because we know how good of a coach he is. Obviously, I mean, everybody was coming after him for years as he was defense coordinator at Clemson, and he was waiting for that big job to take. He takes the Oklahoma job, but man, just a passionate, fiery dude. What is it like getting to play for Coach V?
It's actually it's a great experience just going off of last year. Even though we didn't have the season we was, he just kept us, motivated and on that vision of just keep on get past the finish line, and we kind of this year we're more even hungrier than last year because we went through the fire and we're ready to just come back and be able to do the vision that he wants us to have, and that's to hold a national championship. So, um, it's great just getting coached by him. He's a great guy, just in general. Anything you need, you can easily go talk to him, and he's all open arms and ready to help you at anything.
You mentioned looking ahead to this season, you guys make some changes this offseason on the offense. Ben Arbuckle, tell me what you like about him coming in so far as the OC. I know you guys are just getting started, but guy comes in with a lot of high accolades and what he was able to do at Washington State. Got to be excited to bringing in him as the new OC.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's a great, just a refreshing, a new fresh start. I really like everything that he brings to the table, especially the swag and everything that he has on about himself, and he really got a way to motivate all the players just to do that extra that extra plus two, mentality. And that's what he always preaches to us. So, and he's going to give it everything he got for us, and we're going to give it everything for him. So, yeah.
Coach Arbuckle doesn't only bring swag with him, but he brings his quarterback with him, and John Mateer. We heard John talk with the media last week about his decision to come to OU, but what have you seen out of John so far? Another guy that, I mean, everybody you look at was saying this was the winner of the transfer portal and getting such an accomplished quarterback to come into OU. What have you seen out of John so far?
Just a great teammate. At the end of the day, he doesn't have the big head or anything, and I really like that about him. He's a humble guy, ready to work, put his head down, and just there for his teammates. That's what I really like about him.
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of excited. It's funny, this is the time of year everybody puts out lists and rankings and all this, and it's like, people are listing the rankings of SEC quarterbacks, and it's like they don't really know where to put John because it's like, man, wait, this is a guy who's got a lot of skins on the wall. Like, where is he going to rank? And I think the sky's the limit with what he can do with you guys and come in and take this offense. On the flip side, just a quick thought: your former quarterback Jackson Arnold. I know he decided to transfer out, but not just transfer out, but go to another school in the SEC at Auburn, who you guys are going to actually host this year. I know everybody makes the best decision that's for them and all that, but were you guys surprised that Jackson decided to transfer out?
Um, yeah, I mean, you always want to keep players here that that you had last year, but at the end of the day, it's the business. That's what kind of the way college football is now. So nothing but the best for him and his career. He was a great quarterback in my eyes, and and if he felt like this wasn't the best place for him, so be it. But at the end of the day, I hope he do great there. Um, yeah,
We hope he does great, just not on September 20th when he comes to
yeah,
Norman.
nah, no, not at all.
You guys bring in some new pieces, particularly wide receiver. Giovanni Gibson, Isaiah Satania comes over from Arkansas. And then it's about finally getting guys healthy. And man, getting Deion Burks back healthy. I was just so excited to see what he was going to be able to do last year. But obviously, the injury bug, kind of was a nip in the bud. Jaden Gibson. But I look at this receiving core, man. You guys have got some dogs here. This could be a really high flying offense.
Yeah, most definitely. Our receiver room is loaded, back, and then they're all healthy and they're all great, and so it's kind of just a good feeling to have that you have a room that's ready to go on day one. So, and I've been really impressed with everything all the receivers have done so far in the last 2 days of spring ball we've been having.
I like this defense too. You guys have some big names over there. Obviously, Marvin Jones Jr. comes in the transfer portal, but to get a guy like R. Mason Thomas back, to get Dominic Williams back, and then I've heard some great things about Kip Lewis at linebacker, Peyton Bowen at safety. Give me a guy or two you think is going to be a dog on this defense.
Um, two that come in my mind really is all of them are dogs, but the ones that's gonna stand out for me is probably RJ Robert Spears, just the way that he just able to attack the ball, and he's a violent tackler, and that's what you need at a safety, somebody that's gonna come down and hit. And he done that all last year, and he really a really good person that I say that would be a standout player out here.
What was it like getting to play your first season in Norman? Also, it coincided. It was the first season in the SEC, and I'm just curious your take. You've played at a high level. What would you say would be the biggest difference in playing in the SEC? Is it the speed? Is it the size of the defenders? What makes the SEC so good?
Um, I would say it's not the speed there. It's just the people. It's more people up there at the SEC. I'll say they're really. Um, I really don't see a difference. It is. I mean, it's the SEC. Yes, is good and everything, but I mean, football is football to me. So I really don't see a difference in anything. It's either you got it or you don't. That's how I go for it.
They're all big and they're all trying to tackle
Yeah,
you. That's all it is.
yeah, most definitely.
Talking with Sam Franklin, Oklahoma running back. This will probably be your last final season of college unless something crazy happens. But what are you looking forward to most out of this last season at the college level?
Really just handle business this year. Last year for me, I really it really wasn't what I wanted. But at the end of the day, as athletes, and you're gonna have ups and downs in your career. And I'm really just here now, and I'm in a great mental space and everything. And I just want to just attack this season and finish off my college career at a high level. And so that's like my biggest goal right now.
Is there a particular piece of your game that you felt you needed to work on, whether it be pass protection, or anything like that? Is there any piece of your game that you felt you really need to focus on this offseason?
Not just focus on one thing, just focus on a lot of things. I don't want to just keep focusing on one thing. I just want to improve all the way around. Just make me a better player in general. So, um, I can't really tell you it's just one thing, because I look at the full body of work, every of my whole of that season, and I feel like I just need to work on everything, and and you know and I really feel like I've definitely been doing that, and it's been making my game to a whole nother level.
Got that breakaway speed. Just get the ball in my man's hands. Let him go. Let him go to work here. Uh,
Yeah.
t- Talking with Sam Franklin. What when Sam Franklin is not playing football? What are you doing?
I'm either playing a game or I'm fishing. I'm a big outdoors guy, so or I'm playing, or playing a game, but mostly fishing though.
Continue our conversation with Oklahoma running back Sam Franklin. And Sam, we're talking a little bit about what you're doing when you're not playing football. You said you like fishing. What are we fishing for typically?
Fishing for a big mouth bass or a small mouth. That's what I really like to go out there and go fish. Um, it's almost that time for me to go out there and fish. The springtime coming. Great, great weather. Even though Oklahoma weather been crazy this last few weeks, man, it's been a cold. It'll go cold to hot, to cold to a tornado. So it's just crazy out here. But I'm ju- that's just the weather out here. You get all four seasons. But yeah, that's really what I like to go out there and fish.
Are we using you use live bait or like the artificial lures, or what are you using?
I kind of use sometimes. I use a jig, or if not, I go live bait sometimes. But I really most likely use a jig though. I feel like professional fishermen use jigs more than live bait.
There's a lot of good fishing there in Arkansas and in Oklahoma. Last thing you said you're playing games. What games do you play?
Mainly EA, the NCAA game, and then I'll always get down on Warzone, Call of Duty. I'm a real big Call of Duty fan, so yeah, those two games I've been playing so far.
So the NCAA video game, do they have you properly rated, or do they need to do a little
No,
cleanup?
they don't. They don't. But we're not even going to even get into that. I'm gonna just let them take my rating. But no, they got me totally wrong.
Sam, I ask every player that every one of them says it's not right. So it's there's no hate there. Everybody
Yeah,
they can't put everybody where you should be. That's
yeah,
the
yeah, most
name of the game.
definitely.
Sam, best of luck this season, man. Really appreciate you taking some time out with us, and man, go get them. All right, crush it this final year of college. Okay.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right, we'll get more coming your way right here on Locked On SEC.